Was?
Hey, Ben. Don't even pick up this call, okay? I mean it. I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and, well, I'm going to be a little sick for a while, but really, I don't want you worrying about it at all. You're at such an important moment in your career, and I'm just so proud of you. This is nothing but a little bump in the road for me. I'm going to be fine, okay?
But that's enough from me. Now, you'll hear from the person who I believe
Nein,
is
sie ist
the
echt
single
gestorben.
thing in the world my wife was most proud of. Her magnum opus, so to speak. I think you all know who I'm talking about. Benny?
Aber
Ready to come up
du
here?
warst doch, glaube ich, älter als meine Mama. Und trotzdem ist sie tot.
Go on, B. Say something.
Something. Oh oh.
What's wrong? Why aren't you talking?
Ich hasse solche erzwungenen Situationen.
Hey, honey. Guess who's calling? Again. Look, you know I talk to big, important people. People who could change your life every day. What the hell am I supposed to say? What do you want me to say? That I haven't heard from my star client in 6 months? This is getting ridiculous. You've got to get it together. Love you lots. Mwah. Hey, Benny. Guess who's calling? Well, here's the call. We're finished. We're donezo kaput. It's over. Would you shut the hell up, Tabitha? I'm trying to fire a client in here. Who? Some washed up, stick up his ass, too good to sell prick. Probably isn't even listening to this message, but you know, Mama's got to put her rage somewhere. Oh, shoot it. Am I still on?
Ja, was glaubst du denn? Das muss man jetzt bitte mal veröffentlichen oder an die Presse weiterleiten. Damit jeder weiß, was für eine Kackbratze du bist.
Hey, B. Just calling to tell you. I think I'm selling the house.
Nein.
She's everywhere here, son. I can't move without bumping into her. And then I just find myself breaking down again.
Traurig.
I hope you understand.
Natürlich. Natürlich ist das verständlich. Aber es ist schon traurig.
Take whatever you want. With your mother gone, I'm hoping to finally live without all the clutter. Yeah, I think you did the right thing. By the way, she didn't want you to see her like that. She just wanted you to focus on your work. That was the only thing that mattered to her. What's that? What's so fascinating, son?
Das sind ihre Stücke. Das habe ich nicht gelesen. Das sind die... Nein, diesmal sind das keine lustigen kleinen Männer.
unbelievable, Benny. It's like she's standing in the room with us. Like I can see her in the paint. I can feel her.
Du darfst es behalten, wenn du möchtest. Alive in Painting? Achso. Wow, das vergehende Tag entbindet von einem Miststück, das steht Musikstück, seiner verstorbenen Mutter, der Komponistin Ellie Fishman. Mit der Schaffung dieses Werkstücks berührt Brian die Arbeit seiner Mutter, die zum Zeit relativ unbekannt war und ist nicht der Öffentlichkeit.
I just can't believe that my entire childhood I was living next to a bona fide genius. I should have guessed it. I mean, with all those... And your mom.
Du bist es schon wieder.
I always heard her playing piano from next door, but I didn't know she wrote the actual... Hey, so, not to be forward, but what are you doing after this? Maybe... I'd really love to catch up. I can't believe everything that's happened to you. I want to hear all about it.
Was?
Would you look at that? I cannot believe my luck.
Achso, du bist das. Ich dachte gerade, was ist das?
You finally hit the jackpot, Flapjack. Oh, the nobody nothings dying every day. You finally sink your hook into a... Oh, well, there you are. Well, hello, sir. If I realized, I would have cleaned up. I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul. I mean, sure, I've had scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but... Whew, internationally renowned painter? The gatekeeper's gonna eat you up. Hey, speaking of that, why don't we give your story a test run? Maybe you help me out with the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that. See if I'm getting all the strokes right, the proper composition, if you catch my drift. Forget about it. All right. Here we go. Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great man. Now, would you describe yourself as a happy kid or a lonely one?
Eher einsam. Als Kind waren wir einsam.
His childhood was a lonely one. Growing up as a strange, quiet child in an isolated seaside town. And, what'd you say your mom was? A composer or an accountant?
Ich war Komponistin.
His mother was a composer who, with the need to support her family, took a job as an accountant. How would you describe her as a teacher? More encouraging or demanding? Kind of like your champion or more like a taskmaster?
Sie war schon ziemlich fordernd. Aber sie hat eigentlich auch ziemlich ermutigt, zumindest am Anfang.
Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was ever encouraging, teaching him to recognize the greatness within. How about that neighbor girl? Huh? What was she to you?
Nicht viel.
Was she your best friend or first love? Now be honest here. Don't be bashful, man.
Eigentlich gar nichts von beiden. Ernsthaft.
Music became the only thing he truly cared about. Even more than his first love, Chloe. And although he gave it everything he had, he was still rejected from the conservatory his mother desperately wanted him to attend. Now, from that moment forward, his mother gave up on him. She knew he didn't have what it took to be a truly great musician. But little did she know, she just picked the wrong medium, right?
Richtig, ja.
See, when he was 12 years old, he got sick. And he had to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten. Painting.
Richtig.
Sure, he loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first time, he saw
Also du sagst, du seist ein schlechter Redner. Du bist aber ziemlich gut.
into an exclusive art school where he caught the eye of an esteemed professor who launched his work into the national spotlight. Now be quiet, all of you. With expectations on his career mounting, he stalled himself into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing, for it wasn't until he returned home to the house he grew up in that he began work on what would ultimately be considered his masterpiece. I said shut up, you scumballs! You lucky fowls! All right! I get it! I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Was denn?
I had assumed as much anyway. I should probably tell you, those things, they're not regular gulls. They're liar birds.
Ugh.
They're what becomes of souls who try to lie to the gatekeeper. And once they try that, they're never allowed near her city again. I get to feeling bad for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings. Oh, yeah, good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one. Hopefully you won't be seeing him again.
Ich hoffe es auch, obwohl sie so niedlich sind. Ja?
You're a flea-bitten sap, you know that? Just look at him. Poor fool doesn't know what he's in for.
Okay.
Now don't think that I haven't dealt with people like you. You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it. Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new hells to punish someone as worthless as you. And I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black muck. And I should have thrown you back and sanitized my paw as soon as I laid eyes on you. But it's too late for that. We're in this together. And the gatekeeper, she'll see right through your fake lies as if they were glass. So I'm gonna ask you again to start from the very beginning. And this time, I want the truth.
Okay.
Not this.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Doesn't that make you feel happy?
You know, my father once told me when I...
This. Stay here. What did your mother hear on that phone call?
Das weiß ich ja nicht.
I'm getting it. Hello? Yes, of course. This is Elle, his daughter.
Ist ihr Vater gestorben?
See, she knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And now, she never could. Let's keep going.
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
You were a prodigal talent. I get it.
Some people
Let's...
will be eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane. I need... Yes, I understand about the cat. Let's keep...
Es war mir irgendwie klar, dass es nur die dunklen Momente sind. Was ist denn jetzt da? Also was... Die Momente konnte ich ja nichts machen. Was leuchtet da so rot? Diese Momente konnte ich ja nichts tun. Also verstehe ich nicht, warum das jetzt dann mein Fehler ist. Ich weiß, Unwissen schützt vor Strafe nicht, aber trotzdem. Das ist schon ein bisschen unfair. Ich kann doch nichts dafür, dass da wie, wo, wann, was falsch. Oh!
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson. That simply being alive wasn't enough.
Ja,
So then you
stimmt.
went to work
Mein Vater hat
to make
gesagt
yourself
gehabt.
sensational.
Mein Vater hatte gesagt gehabt, die Katzen bleiben draußen. Das war schon natürlich. Das ist was.
Richard?
Das geht nicht.
I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win. When we get back, let's wake Dad up and go down to the beach. What do you say? I want to celebrate. Smell that air. It's such a beautiful night.
I get all this.
Okay.
And I'd find you adorable if only you didn't piss me off so much.
You hear that, Benny?
Hey,
But no?
Would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office? 'Cause
Come on, keep blinking.
We can focus him. Make sure he's staying engaged.
Can you please try to speak a little softer? I really don't want him to hear us talking like this.
Auch irgendwie klar, dass das einer der Momente sein wird.
I mean, what's the point?
What do you mean? What's the point? What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it? If he's never gonna get any better.
Okay. Let's not say that. Okay? We know we don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean, what if he heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never forgive myself.
It's okay. He's asleep. But it's okay.
Nein, will ich nicht.
I see. You got sick. You howled at the moon at the top of your lungs. You were sick for a long time, weren't you?
Mhm.
Sicker than healthy kids are supposed to get? Well, no matter how painful it gets, I need you to remember.